Okay, something to note, when you're fishing in an area that's really similar, where you've got kilometers of land that looks exactly the same, something worth doing is just looking for points that stand out, right? So if we look this way, you see that there's a little point here, and then the bay kind of curves in kind of a crescent shape, and then points back out right over there. Now I can bet 100% that once I get there, and I'll show you later, it will go right back in, just like we saw over here, and it will form out into another point. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump in every now and then just to let you know what I'm doing, because I didn't record audio for all the clips. So basically, like I said, there are these main points where the rock points out, and then there's this like concave shaped bay where I'm trying to just run my lure over the edge of the reef that you can see pretty clearly here in the video. And as you can see, I'm gonna get bit pretty quickly, right there. Basically, I'm just running across that line, maybe a little bit to the left, and letting it sink, and then pulling it up across that rock. And that's where usually I'll find most of the groupers and stuff like that, these demersal fish that will sit on the bottom and try to ambush something. Okay. That's a fish. Look at this thing as well. So in this video, I'm going to be fishing spots that I don't really know much, so I don't really know where the fish might be hunting or hiding. So I fished the open coast where I showed, and I didn't really catch much. So I came in shallower now, and I'm trying to look for something that might be hiding among the rocks. And even though the water is very cold, I'm going for a very fast retrieve. I'm trying to trigger a reaction bite from something hiding among the rocks. So the next day, the wind picked up and the pressure dropped very suddenly, which is usually a perfect opportunity for a good bite. So I'm going to be fishing a different spot here, but you can see the land is pretty much the same as the spot I was fishing yesterday. And so today, since there was a lot higher wind and more current, I'm going to be fishing these points a little bit more than in the rest of the bay. And I'm going to be fishing in spots where I can see a lot of foam and casting directly into it when possible. Okay, so here's a perfect scenario to target bream where I've just found a perfect location where the current is hitting. So you can see this white line that goes from left to right, and then far left corner there's a kind of area where the water's swirling. So outside of this zone is where bream will be hiding, so this blue circle in front of me and outside. So I've cast it outside, pulled it into that white line, and let the current pull it to the left. Then you can see I'm going to pull it out of that current line, let it drop, one twitch, and hook up. So here is a similar application to what I just said. So this is a flat stretch of rock that's getting hit directly from the left, and a lot of current is washing over. And this is a good spot for a bream because they like to wait in these pockets for a small crab or fish to get washed over by this current, and then catch them while they're disoriented in that swell. So I'm just casting into that current. I'm not even worried about like the weight of my lure. I want it to get dragged around by the current. The only thing I want to be able to do is move it forward and out of that current line. If I can get it into there, usually the fish will bite. Nice. There we go. It's a bream. Oh, there we go. Not huge, but nice. I'm gonna find a rock pool to keep him in because if I let this fish go, they will all stop biting. Okay. When you release these fish, you need to release them far away from the rest of the shoal or they'll spook everyone else. So they'll go back. There we go. Good fish, good fish, good fish.